Your car's performance depends on a number of variables coming together. One important component is the automatic transmission, which transfers power from the engine to the wheels. So if the vehicle won't move in any automatic transmission gear, there are some problems that must be fixed, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Let's start by looking at the causes. Reason number 1: failed torque converter. Improper maintenance of the transmission often leads to torque converter failure. Using poor transmission fluid, neglecting regular fluid changes, leaving a dirty filter in place, and ignoring warning signs can all result in a failing torque converter. Before the car completely stops moving, you might notice some early symptoms as the converter begins to fail. Initially, it may produce odd noises, particularly when starting the car. These noises might subside as the vehicle warms up, but as the condition worsens, the car will begin to stall. The torque converter is generally an expensive component, and since the transmission needs to be removed for repairs, the process can take an entire day. Reason number 2: bad gear position. Sensor or shifter. Issues can arise if the transmission control unit receives incorrect signals from the gear position sensor or switch. For example, if your car is in drive or first gear, but the TCU thinks it's in neutral, the vehicle won't move. You can usually identify this problem by checking your car's dashboard to ensure the displayed gear position matches the actual gear. Reason number 3: worn-out clutches. Similar to a manual transmission, an automatic transmission also has clutches. If these clutches wear out, the car won't move. The clutch discs connect the transmission to the engine, so their malfunction can cause significant problems. You might hear a blowing or grinding sound during gear changes before the car eventually comes to a complete stop. Additionally, you may notice rougher transitions between gears. Replacing worn clutch discs is a complex task, requiring the removal of the transmission and several other components. If you're not experienced with this type of repair, it's best to seek professional assistance. Reason number 4: clogged transmission filter. Within the transmission system, a filter acts as a barrier that prevents harmful contaminants and dust from infiltrating. However, neglecting routine filter replacements permits debris accumulation, eventually resulting in a clogged transmission filter. As this obstruction intensifies, you may notice whining noises emanating from the transmission. Initially, intermittent driving might still be possible before encountering more severe complications. However, as the situation deteriorates, the transmission may stop functioning entirely. As a rule of thumb, it's advisable to replace the transmission filter every 30,000 miles or every 2 years, whichever occurs first. However, for precise intervals tailored to your vehicle, refer to your owner's manual. If you haven't addressed this maintenance task recently and are encountering transmission issues, it's a sensible starting point. Reason number 5: faulty transmission pump. If the transmission pump stops working, it can't create enough pressure to switch gears. That means your car won't move, no matter which gear you pick. The pump's job is to push fluid around so everything works smoothly. Without enough pressure, the transmission won't function, so your wheels won't turn. Getting it fixed quickly is important to get your car moving again. Reason number 6: broken drive, shaft, or axle. If the drive shaft or axle gets broken or damaged, it messes up how power moves from the transmission to the wheels. They're like the parts that help the engine's power reach the wheels, so the car can go forward or backward. So, when they don't work right, the car can't move even if it's in gear. It's kind of like having a broken piece in the connection between the engine and the wheels. Fixing or replacing the busted drive shaft or axle is what you need to do to get the car moving again. Reason number 7: defective transmission control unit. Sometimes, spotting a faulty transmission control unit is straightforward. You might notice the wrong gear displayed on the dashboard. Even as the RPMs climb, the car may seem reluctant to shift gears when the transmission control unit malfunctions, or it might not shift at all. However, a failing battery can also cause issues with this system by depriving it of the necessary power. Start by ensuring your car's battery is fully charged. If that's not the problem, you might need a new transmission control unit. These components can be tricky to access and should be handled by a qualified technician. If you're uncertain, it's best to have a professional take a look. Also, remember to double-check that your parking brake isn't engaged. It's a simple but easy mistake to overlook. Reason number 8. Lack of transmission fluid. Not having enough transmission fluid is a common reason for transmission problems. Transmission fluid helps the gears shift smoothly and keeps the car moving. If there's a leak, it needs fixing right away. You can check the fluid level with the dipstick and add more if needed. Also, it's important to fix any leaks quickly to avoid causing more damage. Fixing a leak could be the easiest and cheapest way to get your car back on track. Reason number 9. Bad shift solenoid or valve body. When the shift solenoids are working right, fluid moves smoothly through the transmission's valve body. But as time goes on, these solenoids can wear out, and dirty fluid might clog up the valve body channels. This could lead to jerky gear shifts, or even the car stalling sometimes. In serious cases, the car might not move at all. Fixing the valve body or solenoids isn't easy. You'll need to drop the transmission pan, so make sure you've got plenty of time to get it done. Now, are you still looking to diagnose automatic transmission problems on your own? Here are some helpful suggestions to get you started. Number 1. Start by checking the transmission fluid level. If it's low, top it up. Number 2. If the fluid level is low, inspect for leaks. Place a piece of cardboard under the car overnight to pinpoint the source of the leak. Number 3. Consider changing the transmission fluid and filter if you haven't already. Also, inspect the filter for any signs of clogging. Number 4. Ensure that the shifter displays the correct gear on the dashboard. Number 5. Use an OBD2 scanner to check for trouble codes in the transmission control module. Look for any indications of issues with the valve body or shifter solenoid. Follow the instructions to address any transmission-related error codes. Number 6. If all else fails, check the battery voltage. A low battery charge can cause issues with the control unit. If you've tried everything and still can't figure out the problem, it's time to take your vehicle to a trusted auto shop. Mechanics who specialize in transmissions have the right tools to find and fix issues quickly. And if your car needs a transmission rebuild, don't try it at home unless you have all the proper equipment, like a transmission jack and other specialized tools you'd find in a professional garage. There you have it, the reasons why your car won't move in any gear. If you find videos like this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so we can assist you. Fix it.